All right, what's going on, everybody? This is Horror Nights Updaters here. I'm here with David,
Hey guys.
John,
Hello.
and Jeremy.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And this is going to be our first episode of our new series, Whispers in the Night, where we're going to be talking about the code names, the rumors, and everything that's going to be announced in the season. So I guess to start us off, we have two code names from Hollywood released by John Murdy. The first one being Lemonade. Who'd want to start off?
I think this one has totally thrown us for a loop for what it could possibly be. I've kind of rolled it around in my head, but it's one of those code names that's quite a tricky one because what does lemonade equivalent to? Someone had an interesting theory on the Twitter. Saying that it could be possibly Cabin in the Woods because obviously at the end of the film, the disease gets transmitted through lemonade. But I don't know. In some ways, I think that's a bit obvious. I don't know. It's a very difficult one to say the least. Thinking about this one. But if all else fails, I'm just going to attach it to something random like either The Thing or I don't know. Like The Mummy, I don't know. I haven't seen the film, so that could be a total.
Yeah, this one
could be anything really.
Yeah,
yeah, he hasn't given us hints or anything, right?
No, not yet. He's just simply given the code names, but I mean, it's just a ridiculously kind of abstract code name that it's definitely going to be interesting to find out what it actually is in the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely something weird to think about because when you think of lemonade, there's been random code names in the past, but lemonade really doesn't have that much of a correlation to anything unless like the Monsters Inc. snow cone, maybe like an abominable snowman house.
There is one that I don't think anybody's thought of yet. Beyonce has an album called Lemonade.
Beyonce house.
Beyonce house.
It's gonna be. I think this is one of those that's gonna be like when it finally is revealed. Either it's gonna be the most obvious thing, on the planet, and then everyone feels stupid, or like, oh, we have to go deeper and speculate what this could possibly be. But I think with Lemonade, I think a little bit more. It's going to go into what it could actually be like. Everyone's just going to be Googling like mad, which I am currently. I've been doing for the past week or so. And so I'm interested to find out what lemonade actually is in the end, because then I'm going to feel like a right idiot. Oh, hey, Seth. Welcome to the stream, mate.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
What's up?
Pedro.
But yeah, David, to go along with this is a little outlandish to connect it to, but and it's mainly because it's both has to do with snow, kind of.
Yeah.
What you said about the lemonade, like possibly being the thing. This is where it gets a little ridiculous, but
like yellow snow.
Yeah. Like because in Monsters Inc. the abominable snowman has lemonade flavored snow cones, and which is in the snow, and that's where the thing is.
That's a pretty interesting connection.
Yeah, I mean it's a bit ridiculous, a little outlandish, but I mean I really cannot think of anything for this at all.
At this point, I think it's free game of what lemonade could actually
Yeah.
be.
It's January right now.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's not
Yeah.
bad for not getting it in January. Like you said, it's just like it's still early on. We don't even have all the other code names yet. So, I mean, there's still time to try and figure this out. But I will say this: out of all the code names that he's given, this is probably one of the most interesting and most abstract that I think John has done in a long time.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. I don't know. It's just an awesome code name.
This is like the earliest code name that's been released in a while, right? Or
We've had
I think
two.
so.
We've had two.
Actually, yeah, that's true
Yeah.
too. Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, it's great that we're getting stuff early. I mean, we're like I said, we're still in January. I mean, I think Lemonade actually came out. What was it? Slightly before January. So
was it?
yeah, I think it was at the end of December when John revealed it. But yeah, we're already getting stuff for Horror Nights. This is exciting. I don't think we've ever gotten anything early. I mean, obviously rumors, but never anything concrete from any of the creative directors from both parks. So,
Right. I think a lot of people are like on the surveys. Like I'm speaking for myself. Like I've done it. Like I asked. They've asked on the survey. Like, hey, when do you wanna start to get information on next year's event? And you can put like January or December. It's crazy. And I think maybe a lot of people have, especially the fans of the event, they've gone with that option. And I think maybe there's a good reception for that, and that's why they're deciding to release information this early. I mean, Halloween is pretty far away. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, I feel I love to get information as early as possible, but there's a part of me that feels like that's possibly a bad idea, because if something like falls through, then they're kind of just like.
Well, I think they've came to the conclusion that the event has been leaked out like really, really quickly in the past few years. So they're like, why not just announce everything before it gets leaked out? And
yeah.
I think because last year we had Texas Chainsaw Massacre announced in April. Right? Was it April?
I think so.
Yeah.
And I think that surprised a lot of people. I mean, that is like insanely early for an announcement.
Yeah, I mean, if we're getting stuff this early, we might get announcements around April again. That'd be really cool. Getting first mazes set up. I mean, John's already secured the second maze, which is the second code name's been released, which we'll talk about in a bit. But it's great that we're getting stuff so early.
Yeah.
As a fan, it's really, really good. Like, to be able to get into the event this early, it's good for the fans. But yeah, it's still really early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking up different brand names of lemonade just to see. Because I don't know. Man.
Is it like the Minority Report where you just got classical music in the back and you just stuff with the love hands?
I like strawberry lemonade a lot. That's pretty good.
It's Arizona. I mean,
strawberries.
Arizona iced tea.
It's because it's hot. I don't know.
Oh man! All right, before we get on that topic, but yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any correlation with any character or anything, and I can't think of anything right now. So I guess if anyone else has anything else to say about what they think lemonade is, we can move on.
Yeah, I have nothing else on lemonade at the moment.
Minute Maid lemonade.
Lemonade.
Wait, there's a maid in American Horror Story. Minute Maid. Ooh, I figured it out.
Wait. What was it?
The maid in American Horror Story. In season 1.
We've already done season 1.
What'd she do?
They're bringing it back.
The maid.
But what's the connection to lemonade?
Lemonade. Lemon maid.
Oh.
Lemonade.
Okay. Yes, that's it. You did it. Text John Murray right now. Do it.
I cracked your code.
I cracked your code, man.
We're on to you now.
No, that was totally just.
Watch that happen though. That'll be hilarious.
Dang it!
Because he did that once. He did that once with Pac-Man. Like he said something like a connection to Pac-Man.
The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like
Waka,
Waka
waka,
Walker.
waka.
Oh.
It's like what?
I didn't even think of that. It's kind of
like
funny.
what?
All right, so I guess we can start talking about the second code name, which is Charles, and some of the tweets that John Murdy has made. He said that this is one of the most complex, and difficult. And didn't he say? What did he say? Was the last scene that was?
He
Probably
said it was a scene very difficult to translate into a maze sequence, and it's a very technically difficult scene to translate. So this has got me wondering what this could possibly be. Now, the with me wants it to be the Norris scene with the Thing, the original 1982 one, because I mean the fact that it's like that whole medical scene was so difficult to set up, or I mean that film has so many difficult scenes you could possibly translate. But I don't know. It's I'm still looking into Charles, but a lot of people have kind of put it in towards like Charles Lee Ray, the killer, the real name of Chucky.
Charles Barkley.
Shut up.
But it's again, it's very early speculation what these code names are, but I mean,
love it. Obvious Chucky, but it's too obvious.
John probably wouldn't do anything like that.
I mean, he's tricky with these things. Maybe he wants us, not to think too hard, but in other circumstances,
reverse psychology.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, John.
Oh, it's the simplest thing, but it can't be it. No, it actually is. I think that happened before, didn't it? Code name.
I'm sure it has.
What, Malcolm?
Yeah.
Malcolm.
Oh, yeah.
But when he said like this was the hardest one to translate into a maze, I started to think along the lines of something maybe more of a paranormal movie, but there's a billion.
Something strange.
Ooh,
neighborhood.
Yeah. Who would they call? But since I don't know how well it was perceived, The Exorcist.
What the heck? What just happened?
Emperor just posted. Wait, guys, it's so obvious it's children.
What did he say?
Oh god, he said, "Wait, guys, it's so obvious. It's Charles Bremer, founder of Designing the Fear."
Oh man, that would be a terrifying house.
Oh my god! But I mean, this code name though, out of all one of them, has actually got me fascinated. The fact that it's one of the most complex mazes to translate.
We thought The Exorcist would be hard.
Oh yeah, I know. That's what's got me thinking. I mean, what could possibly be harder than The Exorcist? And now we've apparently got one, which is going to be great to find out what that is finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I don't know, because I mean, the only thing I can think of is the obvious one, it's Chucky, but
without any clues.
Without. As of right now, I'm 99% positive we're going to hear more about what these code names are.
Yeah.
So I mean,
starts getting along as the year kind of progresses. He starts giving hints towards them, which then kind of leads to more and more kind of speculation of what they could be, and sometimes actually being solved.
It's does anyone have what the heck? Does anyone have anything else to say about Charles?
I have a few things.
I have no idea, dude.
No. Again, it's too early, but as of now, Chucky.
Yeah.
I mean, that's actually a point that. Go ahead, David. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. No. Just I keep circling around the Thing only simply because John has said at a panel that after The Exorcist, the next dream maze he'd love to do is either The Thing or Alien, the original Alien. So, I mean, I don't know yet how the name Charles kind of would translate with those, but I mean, it's just because he said it's a very complex and very difficult maze to translate. Um, the only thing kind of dissuading me from thinking it might be the original 1982 Thing is because he said it's the most difficult to translate, and yet he's done the Thing 2011 back in 2011. So it's just something that is kind of circling on my thoughts at the moment in terms of what it could possibly be.
Somebody clipping their nails.
Yeah, can't stop it.
What the heck is that?
I'm just blaming anyone that's on there.
Anyways, somebody clip.
All right. I guess so. The next thing, we're going to move over to Orlando. And right now, I believe we have a rumored set of dates, start dates, which is pretty much it. All I've heard recently. So, I mean, there's really not much to say about them. It's the dates, you know. So I guess we can just talk about, should we do some like wishful thinking and sort of talk some.
Yeah.
I wish the dates would change. That's too many nights. Like, seriously.
We should mention at this point that those dates are still speculation and rumor. There's nothing concrete.
I mean, the start date seems likely correct. September 15th. The going through November 5th seems a little.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's almost 40 nights.
Yeah, that's too much.
Halloween is on a Tuesday this year. Halloween Horror Nights was supposed to end on Monday the 31st last year, but because of the hurricane, we had the extended weekend. So who knows what we're going to be doing this year. But yeah, September 15th through November 5th seems really, really long.
Yeah, that's...
I don't know. Considering how popular Horror Nights has gotten, I mean, Universal could simply be looking at this like, wow, this is getting us quite a bit more money than it usually does. Let's extend it a little bit.
When they extended it, there were really not a lot of people at the event that weekend on the 4th and 5th. I remember I went. That was the only day I got to go to Horror Nights last year, and there was no lines for any of the not rides, houses.
Yeah.
The turnout was really not that great, but
okay. Yeah. I mean, it just seems plausible that they could do that, but I mean, that's still kind of, I don't know. Like you said, it's still a bit pushing on those specific dates at least.
Yeah, I think if anything, it would be maybe like a couple days earlier. But, I don't think they'd really go past Halloween too far, at least.
Yeah.
Because that's, I don't know.
Yeah. Because, I mean, here's the thing. Like, of course, like in my experience, I've gone opening weekend and even the second weekend, which actually turns out to be better as far as crowds and lines.
Yeah.
I mean, it's packed, but
yeah,
the lines are not, like 2 hours or even more than that, except American Horror Story this year. But
what was the average wait time for Orlando's extended days? Like for, let's say, the most it ever got to, like kind of average.
Extended days, I don't know.
The longest I had waited was probably like 10 minutes. I mean, every house was a walk-on. I did American Horror Story first. I did the Stay and Scream for that, and I basically walked right into that because I got in early. But the rest of the houses, I pretty much walked right in. So yeah, that was definitely a surprise. I mean, even the scare zones were just empty. I mean, you would walk through and there would be no crowds of people walking through. You could just chill in there and just enjoy the event because it wasn't packed.
Yeah. Okay, so it is like at this point, it's very hard to believe that they would extend it. Then, if that was the case.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't.
You know, I mean, and here's the thing. Like, what I was gonna say is that, yeah. So early September, those first 2-3 weekends. Third weekend gets a little worse, gets more packed, but the first 2 weekends are a breeze. Really, they're they're really not that bad. As it gets closer to Halloween, of course, it's gonna get more packed.
Yeah.
Because it's closer to Halloween. But once it dies down and once Halloween is over, it's like it's like
the spirit just
leaves. Halloween's over.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Another thing that I'll say, I don't know if I should say this or not, but I can tell you, scare actors were actually given free tickets to give to people, like one free ticket for the extended weekend to give to whoever they want, family member or whatever. So they were practically giving tickets out so people would actually come.
I should just come at the very end of.
Yeah.
Like I'll go for Hollywood and then fly back and then fly to Orlando at the very end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say there's probably not going to be much change with that.
Do you think there'll be an increase on prices this year for tickets? Because I noticed last year was pretty, at least for Orlando, the day tickets the night tickets just got increased quite a bit.
Probably.
Yeah, I would see that.
Yeah.
Because it was like $102 for like 1 night.
Yeah, general admission. That's crazy.
That is crazy. Saying that though, I mean it's a bigger park than Hollywood. I mean Hollywood's I think the most it ever got to was about 80. The most I paid was like I think $82. I think. But I mean that's because I think Orlando's a bigger park.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And if it ever goes back to islands, like that's gonna be even if they share both parks. Or
it's happening this year. You didn't know that?
No way!
It got leaked.
I'm just kidding, guys.
Oh, darn it, Jeremy. Come, I hope so, man. For nothing. Anyways, but I see it possibly going back to islands at one point because it keeps increasing.
Yeah.
So the tickets are gonna skyrocket at that point.
Yeah.
HHN 30.
Yeah, I'd say it's gonna be maybe a few more years until it's.
Yeah.
They'll definitely save it for something big, like Jeremy just said.
If they want to add more houses, like more than 9, they're gonna have to, move it.
Yeah, because they're constantly. Although when like all the Nintendo Land stuff starts, they might have to. Or depending on where it is.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting to see.
Nintendo's gonna be in a Kids Zone, right?
Or
is it gonna be in Islands? I forget.
Did they say Kids Zone? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's.
They haven't said, but I mean that's the rumor.
That's a rumor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if it goes there, I don't know if we'll have. I mean, I'm sure they'll.
Yeah, that
find
whole
a
area
way.
would be.
I mean,
like get to the Sprungtons,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll find another way, but yeah.
Life finds a way.
Jurassic Park.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, with speculation, it's just running wild. Like I've seen so much stuff going on right now across the internet. Different ideas, different like. So, what do you guys think in terms of wishful thinking? What would you guys like to see this year?
I'm gonna go with pretty much what I said last year, but I'm gonna have to find that list again. But basically, it's having the Escher back.
Yeah.
Another Silver Screens sequel.
I hope so.
I would love that so much.
Yeah, I agree with Keegan. I would like a Usher icon. I definitely think we're having an icon this year again.
Mm-hmm.
Usher seems pretty likely. Bring back Academy of Villains.
Yes.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And kind of last year we had them in Shady Brook. I think maybe this year have them at, somehow tie in with the Universal Palace Theater or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a really cool setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, if the Usher comes back, like David and I will be super excited about that. Like
That would be
Phantom
awesome.
of the Opera maze. Come on, man.
Oh,
Lon Chaney. Let's do it.
I'm actually surprised they haven't done
Dick
that
Cheney?
yet.
Yes, Dick Cheney. He's gonna appear in there.
I'm actually really surprised they
My
haven't
son.
kind of gone back to do like a classic Universal's Monster Maze. I'd love to see Phantom of the Opera. I mean, me and John would just die if they had that.
Heck yeah,
I'd
dude.
buy my first tickets right over to Orlando if they did that. But yeah, I'd love to see a Phantom of the Opera. There's a lot of potential with it too. I mean, you've got like the catacombs, you've got the upper part of the theater. I mean, it's great. It's got so much potential. And let's face it, meeting the Phantom, especially the Lon Chaney one, in the dark is terrifying.
Yeah.
I remember going through in Hollywood. I mean, the House of Horrors. We had a Lon Chaney Phantom of the Opera in there, and he made me jump. He was the scariest thing in that maze because they'd always have him round a corner in his mask and his unmasked form as well, and it was great.
Yeah.
I always thought like this would make a great maze, but it was only like 10 seconds of him.
We had him in Jack Presents 25
That's true.
years.
Dude, he scared me bad.
Yeah, he
like,
got
dang.
me.
He would get me every time when he would come out from the piano. Like, it was just so scary.
Right, dude.
Yeah.
And not to mention too, it's freaking Julian Browning's favorite horror film.
Yeah.
So dude, that would be perfect if they do that as a tribute to him.
Yeah. In my opinion, I say we either go with the Usher, and this is kind of a broad thing, but it's either someone new or the Usher.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Eddie? Actually, do you guys think he has a shot? Because they did Jack, or obviously Jack, but then they did Chance.
Yeah,
if they do Eddie, they'll complete that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, and maybe
Jack the Clown line.
Yeah, maybe this is like a quote unquote trilogy years, and this kind of like wraps it up with Jack, Chance, and Eddie, and like, all right, they're gonna be done. We're gonna shelf them for a while, and then focus on the other guys or just something new.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because what was it, 2001 when Eddie's here and they were gonna kill Jack, right? Yeah.
Yes,
that's true.
Yeah.
So
I think Eddie was going to chainsaw him, wasn't
he? Yeah, he was, and he had his head on a stick or something. I don't know, something like that. But I think that would be a good way to wrap up the story. Maybe Eddie finds out about Jack being put back in the box, Chance being incarcerated.
That's true. We need to find out what happened to Jack because we don't really know.
Yeah,
true. Sorry, we kind of left in the dark with that one.
Yeah, and maybe that would be a cool way to bring back Academy of Villains as well, and maybe do sort of like a fight show. I don't know if that
kind of
the
like
war between Jack and Eddie is a pretty freaking good idea. I like that a lot.
So in the show, you see that kind of play out, and then it ends with maybe one of them dying or both of them dying, or I don't know.
Yeah. I'd love to see the director come back as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like
the Caretaker, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like Emperor just said, I'd love to see Caretaker come back because Caretaker got 1 year and he's really underused, and so is the director, I feel.
Yeah.
Let's not even mention flipping the storyteller got 1 year, and technically it wasn't even supposed to be her year. They originally intended for the Terror Queen to be the main icon, but they felt that they needed more of a, I think it was more of a human feel to it. So they added, it was the higher ups. The higher ups didn't like that idea, so they wanted them. What was it? The storyteller was kind of like a last minute thing, actually, if I remember correctly. So yeah, I mean, there's so many underused icons. I mean, it'd be great to see some of them, or even like have their own kind of event where it's them teaming up or something. That'd be a cool.
Very cool.
Thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see another year like Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Like that was just such a cool year.
I still want.
And another icon that they can do. I mean, Cindy. She's always been throwing around and being talked about, but she never got her year. So, I mean, I don't know if they'll do her, but it would be cool to see what they would do. I mean, I remember back in 2010 they were gonna do her, but then, you know, they replaced her with Fear. So, I just wonder. I mean, it would be interesting to see what they would do if they get the yes on having her as an icon. But the icon that I really want to see, actually two of them that got scrapped, was Darkness and also Nathaniel Crow.
Oh yeah, Nathaniel Crow would be awesome.
Dude, that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
No one thinks of the poor asylum patient that got kicked. Pedro actually came up with an interesting comment. They tried to align Jack and Chant's storyline together. I do remember hearing about that, but I think they just decided that Jack was a headliner, and then with Chance, they decided to try and give her her own event, see how.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of which, how was the reception for Chance at the event?
I thought it was a good idea, but the way it was done was very poor.
It wasn't supposed to be Chance. I mean, we all know that.
Yeah.
It was more tailored to the Usher, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, I heard a lot
in a way.
Around, and you know, Usher was definitely the original icon, and it makes sense to, you know, have Michael Myers, Jason, or not Jason, what the fuck,
Leatherface.
Leatherface. Sorry. Yeah, you know, it definitely was Usher's year, and I don't know.
And then like the themes of the scare zones, you could correlate back to the original themes of horror movies. Like
yeah.
Right.
Well, I always thought it was to do Sam Hain as an icon, which
that would be cool.
That would be cool.
So you have Fear, but that'd be cool if you find out that he's actually an underling of like Sam Hain, who's like the major behind the seat, pulling all the strings from the Harbingers, which are the icons that we know, and then Fear itself. That'd be an interesting concept to bring in.
That would be cool. Like everything is under the spirit of Halloween.
Yeah.
Him.
Yeah.
Cool. Like that's the root of it all.
Literally a giant pumpkin icon.
That would be. Yeah. I think.
Or we can do just Sam.
Yeah.
Trick or treat.
That would be awesome. Victor.
Which
Sam is an icon. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
You just see him walking around the park with his bag.
He's just running around, climbing on walls.
He just pokes you in the butt with a and he runs away.
He just starts giggling. He holds his hands up to his sack, and he's like,
As much as I'd love to see Sam as an icon, I think because Universal is a bit iffy with kids, like Cindy. Cindy's a good example of that, because
maybe he's just short.
It's a short pumpkin monster.
Yeah. Yes, but someone might try to abduct that poor short person.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much they could do. The thing is with Chance, like, when they first released the description for not Chance in Hell, Lunatic's Playground, that because the Theater in the Mind stuff, it sounded really cool, but
it was nothing like it was.
Yeah,
at all.
Right. Like Keegan, like you said, I thought it was gonna be.
That was a cool concept.
The actual theater,
Yeah, more of like a theater, not like
but
3D effects.
You can't even tell at all that you're going through Chance's mind or Shady Brook unless you know what Shady Brook is. Like if you're just a random guest who's going to Horror Nights for the first time, you're not. It's just say, hey, look at this character. She's a thing. She's crazy. Right. Like
Was that confirmed, by the way? Was that actually Shady?
About what?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was Shady Brook. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got to alter my lore video.
I mean, here's the thing. I think that the facade for the maze was pretty neat.
Yeah, that's
interesting.
Yeah,
like you could read all the stuff, and I think that there's some like someone talked about it. I forget who it was, but there's things that, and if you read what's on there on the newspapers, those are things that maybe could happen in the future, maybe things that relate to the past. I mean, well, they do. Maybe we'll see something like that. I'm gonna have to read that again, the facade, if I can find a photo of it. But anyways, yeah, it's just I think that a better way to have had us understand that we're going into Chance's mind, as far as physically, is maybe, I don't know, maybe kind of what they did with Alice Cooper, and where you went into his mouth. Into his mouth. But I don't know, something like that, you know?
You walk into her head.
It's kind of weird, but something like that. You know what I mean? Walk into my bullhole.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
the video I saw of it just was disappointing. But when I heard about it, like the concept that they had idea, it sounded great.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
The way that, like, the overall theming was, I don't know, it wasn't Chance, like, aside from the front with Chance in hell and then her house, there's no overarching theme of Chance. It's just a compilation of everything, like it has been.
Yeah. And then you would once, like, every, I don't know how many minutes, you would hear her laugh.
Yeah,
Sup. And her scare song, I'm sorry. I said this in the review, but I'm gonna say it again. Like, it sucked.
Yeah,
it was like,
I liked
it's just
it.
like a welcome.
I like the psycho psycho roaming the streets. I thought
that's true.
I thought it was really good as far as I mean, the sets weren't that good, but you got to hand it to the characters.
The concept.
Oh no, yeah, of course.
They played Batman Arkham Asylum and decided to make that into a maze. But that's just not working.
But yeah, like, I was just referring more to, of course, the characters. They did a good job. I like there was a good amount of interactivity in there.
I love that.
But I was just referring to, like, the execution.
Yeah, it wasn't.
As far as sets,
I see what you mean. The sets were pretty
subpar.
Yeah, but that they could have done a little better with that, I think.
I think overall, like, the icons, I mean, it'd be interesting to see what they decide to do this year. Maybe they saw a lackluster response to Chance, so they might do something to alter what they were planning already, or I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what icon they decide to bring back. I mean, in Hollywood, we don't have to worry about that because John is stubborn and doesn't want to do icons, which really depresses me because I love the aspect of icons being... Which
I mean, I understand, like, there's a lot that goes into the event, and with these big name IPs like Walking Dead or American Horror Story and stuff like that, the focus tends to draw more to those, and having an overarching theme to a very popular event at an A-list theme park, I imagine that has to be like a sort of like a big risk, because, you know, if people don't, like, think back in 2011, you know, they don't want to end up with a flop. But I think they should go back to taking those risks, and like, if they're gonna do an icon, go all in. The
way they should really look at it is, okay, we have an icon. It's kind of a given that they should have an icon house. The amount of work should go into that house. Everything else should. It's like a pyramid. Start with the icon. Start with the icon's house. Then kind of move down. Work that way. Because if you're not even spending time on your own IP, on your own concept maze, then what's the point of going into something that's
like,
I don't know, The Walking Dead or something like that? Because then you've lost the whole concept of what your event is kind of accumulating to. It's like Jack's year was amazing. They went Jack's.
Yes, they did that very well.
I mean, even watching a video, I can tell that is fantastic. I envied people going through that maze because it looked amazing. But the problem with Chance is they kind of spent more time on the other mazes than they did her own house, and I
think
it just kind of fails a little bit.
That was the smallest house, right? Or
Like
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe TCM was the short. I don't know.
Going back to what Emperor said, swap the locations of Krampus with Chance's house. That would have had a huge impact on both of those houses. To me, Krampus was okay. It wasn't the best, but I think its location kind of restricted a lot of the things that they could have done. So swap Chance with Krampus, and I think we would have had two different houses and better houses, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Should like Krampus move and scare you, but no, you know. Anyways,
he gave me a cramp.
Pretty much. But what Keegan, what are the properties that have been like as far as possibilities on the list that I wrote? Like, and any other that you guys would think of, or in people in the comments watching this, what are some things that you would think as far as IPs that would might show up at this year's event?
We talked about Chucky. We talked about the Mummy. And then
did we talk about?
We didn't talk.
We didn't talk about the Mummy.
We mentioned it, but we didn't.
Oh,
that's true. Yeah.
Let's start with the Mummy, because that, to me at least, that is the most likely to be here this year.
Yeah,
considering
I agree.
Told and the Thing as promotional.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
I mean, saying that, I mean,
God, that was embarrassing.
Mummy, it's hard to kind of judge what could be in the maze, considering we've only seen a bit of the trailer, and even that was more of a teaser than any.
I can think of one thing. The Mummy.
Oh yeah.
That's it. To be in the maze.
No, you see what they're gonna do? They're gonna have the Mummy ride transformed into a house. So you ride through.
Oh yeah.
And
dude, maybe we'll see Brendan Fraser in there. Haven't seen him in a long time.
Oh my god, this guns around. Where's my cup of coffee?
Oh, that was funny.
I still haven't got my cup of coffee.
But I think, I mean, there's this one scene from the trailer that looks interesting, is the underwater scene with all the coffins just opening. That could be an interesting. I mean, obviously it would be underwater, but something similar.
You never know.
Just like Walking Dead with water, and see how that worked out.
Yeah.
But I mean, with the Mummy, it could be interesting. I mean, like we said, we haven't seen the film, so we don't really get an idea. I mean, obviously we've seen a glimpse of what the Mummy looks like, which is kind of less bandages and more kind of
action.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's like the Middle East meets a Mummy film. It's like
also it comes out June 9th.
Oh, does it?
2017. So that's like a perfect time to announce the
Emma said we better get a handrail for the Mummy.
Yeah.
I literally think Neil would love that.
But yeah, Cult of Chucky, because it comes out during Halloween time.
I'm gonna have my reserve on this one. You guys go ahead. Like, I'll explain why.
Okay. But you know what? I don't know if I can see them like promoting the movie. I was like, hey, it's Chucky. Go see Cult of Chucky.
It's Chucky. Wanna die?
Yeah. I mean, even too, dude. Like, what was it? Was it 2013 or 2014, where they just rolled out that Chucky shirt for like no apparent reason?
Yeah.
Or, like,
yeah.
As far as I know, like randomly, he wasn't even in the event at all. So I don't know if that was kind of like a.
Yeah, I think they had to put him on there because of the rights with Bloody Mary, right?
I'm just going to quickly comment on Pedro's comment. He says, I would love to see a House of 1,000 Corpses. It would be a great choice.
Yes.
Haunted House event. Okay. We had it back in 20, I believe it was 2010, 2011, or it's 2011, 2012. We had it twice, and with Hollywood, we won't get it back. I know that for a fact. He won't do a repeat maze twice. Simply because we've already done that specific IP twice. And Rob, the reason I don't think it would be Orlando is simply because Rob is doing his own Halloween event, which is Great American Nightmare, I believe it's called. So I don't think Rob would do anything with that in regards to Universal, even though Universal had a good working relationship. So I just wanted to kind of comment on that really quick.
Didn't Rob have a house on House of 1,000 Corpses?
Yeah,
at his event. He did. Okay.
He had Devil's Rejects as well, I believe. Like he kind of combined it. I know he had Lords of Salem as a maze as well.
That's true.
But I think.
I mean, I remember Aiello. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, just because Rob's working on that, I don't think Universal really is gonna kind of pay mind to doing something with Rob again. Simply because Rob is working on his own event, and he does so every year. So, I just don't think it's a possibility.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry to shoot people down. I mean, it could come to Orlando. I don't know. It could completely surprise us, but I just don't see it coming simply because there's too many factors against it. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, Aiello, this was I was gonna say. He mentioned like back in 2015, I believe it was, in the Spooky Empire convention. There was a panel and for Horror Nights, and he said that definitely House of 1,000 Corpses is on the list. I think someone asked him if that was on the list, and he said that. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see it. Maybe we won't. We'll find out eventually.
But I mean, like I said, going back to the Mummy real quick, I say it's going to be a very high likely it's going to be at the event this year, and I think it's just going to be a promotional maze. I think, well, considering the quality of what Dracula Untold was at both parks, I don't see it really. I think both creators are kind of shoehorned into doing this as a promotional maze. Like Universal saying, like, well, okay, guys, you get this and this and this, go nuts, but you have to have a slot for this maze. So I think with the Mummy, it's definitely a high choice, and I think it's going to be at the.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty safe bet that the Mummy's going to show up. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing,
I'm actually surprised Aiello put House of 1,000 Corpses on the same dream list as Halloween and American Werewolf in London.
Yeah. What else is there?
Trick or Treat.
Yeah,
Trick or Treat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did Krampus.
Yeah, I would.
Trick or Treat.
Please.
It's definitely trick or treat time.
I think because of the success, especially at Hollywood, Krampus was Maze. I believe it got Maze of the Year for that. I mean, even I go through it. It's definitely a guest choice maze, that one. And with, especially speaking on behalf on Hollywood's side, John has a good working relationship with Mike. So seeing the success of Krampus and seeing how well those two work together, I see Trick or Treat's becoming more and more of a reality. Now, whether it comes this year, I don't know. They could wait until Trick or Treat 2 gets made, but
yeah. I mean, as long as we got at least in Orlando, if we got a Trick or Treat house that actually had the title character, I'd be okay with it.
They don't even have to make it based on the first film either. They can do whatever they want. That's the beauty of Trick or Treat. It's an anthology, so you can do whatever you want with it. As long as they've got those creepy kids from the bus, because that is by far the story in that film.
I think that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I think if they did the second one, if they waited until that one, and they can mix in both scenes from the first one and the second one.
Yeah.
And
Hey, Barrel. Oh, Barrel's joined us. Hey,
Barrel Bob. Heck
What's
yeah.
up?
What's up, dude?
It's my favorite follower.
He called us gays.
What?
He said, "What's up, gays?"
You don't know. I'm straight now.
Another one on the list. Or do you have anything else to say about
No. Go ahead. Trick or Treat's pretty much high on everyone's list, and I'd say it's becoming more and more of a reality. Really,
that'll be awesome.
At this point.
And one of the last ones we have is Insidious, or Insidious 4.
Nah.
What was that for?
I don't think it's gonna come to Orlando.
By the window.
I
Conjuring, please.
I don't. I think Insidious, because Insidious is not even directed by Lee Wannell this time, is it? It's directed by someone else. I think Lee's still on in regards to producing it, and I think he's wrote it, but he's not directing it.
When is that even coming out? Is it? Oh, okay.
So October?
Yeah, it's coming out October.
Okay.
I'm checking it now. It's directed by Adam Robitel. I probably butchered his name, but yeah, it's the screenplay's by Lee. So considering how successful the first two mazes are, I could see it coming back.
It's definitely possible, but I don't know.
I would much rather see Conjuring, to be honest. Like John.
Yes,
me too.
I would love to see, do Conjuring just the way they did the first Insidious maze, where they combined the first one with Chapter 2. To do Conjuring and then Conjuring 2. That'd be great. Like, kind of go to the plantation house and then go to England.
I would flip out if they had the Crooked Man in there.
God, dude, the Nun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my.
Enough said.
The scariest thing in that.
Like,
I watched it on the plane coming back from Hollywood last year, and I was just like, even on a small screen, that freaking Nun is terrifying.
Yeah, I watched it on my way to New York.
Remember at a Spooky Empire, the one lady that was dressed up as
Alec?
That was creepy.
She had a good cosplay.
Yeah, seeing that in person is terrifying. So to see it in a maze where they're doing it to scare you would be even more terrifying.
That'd be Bathsheba.
Yeah,
I'd probably cry.
in the maze. That'd be great. The nice thing with the Nun is it could be a very simple scare. You don't even have to have her jump out. Or just have her staring at you from the corner of the
room. My!
That's terrifying.
Oh my God.
They could also do what they did with Wolfman in 2009, which I believe that they had him on like a treadmill like thing where he'd sort of launch up. And doesn't she do that in the movie where she comes out at you or at Lorraine
with the picture?
So I don't know. Yeah. Maybe there could be a way to translate that into a maze.
Yeah. Dude, I can just imagine like we're in that room and at what's her name? The investigator's house, Warren's house.
Yeah.
The Warren's
and and then we just see the shadow freaking on the walls walking, and then freaking see the freaking what's it called, the painting, and we just see those glowing eyes, and then bam, she comes out. No, heck no, I'm out.
Yeah,
that's a lot, but no.
Yeah, that'd be a really cool facade too if it was the Warren house and you go through their basement at first.
Yes.
And then you go into the plantation house, and then you go into.
You could start with the Warren house. Have the Annabelle doll kind of down there, and like maybe have like a little person in a doll costume kind of jump out at you, and then you kind of move on to the plantation house and then go to the Enfield poltergeist case.
Mm-hmm. It'd be cool too if they sort of incorporated some of their other cases while you're down there, so you see things from those. One of the things that would really freak me out was if you're walking up the stairs in the Enfield house, and all of a sudden you just hear.
Oh God,
that would scare me so much,
dude. You would hear that.
Yeah, exactly. I would be so terrified.
They did.
God.
And that's just, oh my God.
The first time I went to Exorcist and heard the main theme, I had like goosebumps. I was like the perfect amount of scared.
I had to go through that with nobody else.
Oh heck no!
My first time going through, I was pretty scared.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed they made that one room brighter, where it made it feel like they were touching you, because that kind of ruined
Oh
it.
yeah, that's true,
Because
dude.
the first time I went
was
through,
amazing.
it was pitch black, and I was scared to death. Like that was terrifying.
Yeah, dude. No, I remember I was in there, and then the demon comes out, and then we're in the hallway, and then
Yeah, and then
I'm in between. I'm behind Ian, and then my friend Quentin is behind me, and the demon comes out, starts to walk towards Ian, and he's just freaking the heck out, like he's having a spasm,
yeah,
and I get squished in between. It was so bad. Like, it was pretty scary, man. Like, man.
So I think so. Conjuring would definitely have a chance at some point, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But what else do you guys think? Like,
I mean, if we go back to the idea for like an Usher year, I think if they did silver screens, it'd be cool to see in that house is just sort of do the same method they did before, where you do like a classic one, some current ones, and like a comedy one as well, like what they did with Shaun of the Dead. I think it'd be awesome of them to put like a little snippet of Ghostbusters into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
The dog, whatever, pops out.
Oh yeah.
Or this is the end.
oh my god, man, you didn't see it.
Well, one thing that I want to bring up, The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah.
What? Well, I respectfully disagree. Oh fuck, my bad. No, but I think we're gonna get a year-round attraction here.
I think
Me too.
I mean, we're probably gonna get it announced, sometime soon, hopefully. Again, it's just a rumor going around, but I feel like it's definitely a possibility to have it. I think last year's Walking Dead house at Orlando was kind of like a test to see how people would enjoy a year-round attraction, and I think that was.
Yeah.
Did you go through Orlando's?
No, I went through Hollywood's, the year-round attraction, and
Gotcha.
I went through during the day, and they had Tristan basically almost tackled me and Aaron. he headlocked Aaron as a zombie, which made me laugh. But they during the night they actually increased the amount of zombies that was in there, and we actually had a live actor on the front of the attraction, kind of talking to you. He was a savior, and he was just mocking you as you go through, and that, which was really cool. Kind of immersed you in there. But it's actually not bad. Like I am at this point sick of Walking Dead, but I mean the year-round attraction is actually pretty fun.
Orlando's never had a year-round attraction for a haunted house. I know Hollywood had, what's it called again?
House of Horrors.
House of Horrors, thanks.
Yeah, House of Horrors, yeah.
So I think it'd be cool to have a year-round attraction to be able to go through a haunted house, in January or February or something like that. It'd be fun to be able to experience that. So I think them bringing it here would be good, and I think that they will bring it, and I think it'll be open by the time. Well, I mean, that's the thing, is they haven't even started any construction or anything, so I don't know if they will have it open for HH1027.
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, I could see it getting announced if we do get it sort of around Horror Nights, but I think this 2016 was the last year for Walking Dead as a house, because it kind of felt like a bit of like a send-off, which I honestly think this was one of the best Walking Dead houses. Actually, no, I think this was definitely my most favorite. But to kind of give American Horror Story room, which is inevitably gonna return and probably maybe replace the yearly.
I feel that as well.
TV show.
I feel American Horror Story is going to basically take over from The Walking Dead's kind of slot, because I think Universal's just like, okay, we need something fresh. And what's continuously being popular right now? What's a show that's got quite a few seasons? Well, it's American Horror Story. So
I guarantee you, though, people are going to come and about a year from now, 2 years from now, they're going to be like, we're kind of tired of American Horror Story. Bring back something new. I mean, you're never going to make people happy. You're always going to have people wanting something new. And, it's just going to keep happening.
Yeah. The one that's on my wish list, and I know I've mentioned it multiple times during the stream, is I'd love to see The Thing be brought to Horror Nights again. But the original 1982 thing, just to see like kind of the Kurt Russell kind of aspect and like the original Norse thing, and that would be great to see kind of done in a live event. And I know John has said in the panel that that's after The Exorcist, because someone asked him like, well, now that you're doing like your dream maze, which is The Exorcist, what maze would you like to see? And the two mazes he mentioned was The Thing and Alien. But I would love to see it simply for the fact that we don't get a lot of cold weather mazes. We got Krampus last year, and I can't speak for the Orlando one because I didn't go through it, and I know it got mixed kind of responses. But the Hollywood one was amazing with the snow effects and that. So I mean, I'd love to see The Thing with more creatures as well. That's the other thing. We don't get a lot of creature type mazes. We get a lot of humanoid type killers and stuff like that, but we don't get a lot of creatures, which I'd love to see the event utilize. I know it's more difficult because obviously it costuming and stuff like that, but it just seems more successful. Like it just they seem to draw quite a bit of crowds as well. I know like the most I went through for The Thing was about like a 4-hour wait back in 2011. So they are popular, but we just don't see them a lot. So I'd love to see the 1982 thing be at both events, or especially Hollywood. I'd love to see it.
I mean, we are getting the new Alien Covenant movie, so
true. Yeah.
Who knows?
Sure.
We still have the puppets left over from AVP. Quick.
Yeah.
I would love to see the original Alien done because it's on a spaceship. Both events.
Oh yeah.
Place on a kind of.
Dude, I'll be scared, dude.
I would love to see a spaceship maze.
Especially how compact the Nostromo corridors are. Like, I mean, that will work for some really good scares there. So Alien, I don't know, because obviously there's that controversy with Disney owning a little bit of Alien because they use it for the Great Movie Ride.
Oh yeah.
I think that was the reason they couldn't really touch the original Alien for a while, but I think 20th Century Fox would let them. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I feel like there'd be that'd be one of the IPs that would draw people in. So I mean, I don't think any of the companies would be in a wrong to not do it.
Wrong.
Wrong.
We have to bring up Trump at least once in this podcast. I mean, we have to.
This is my year at Halloween Horror Nights. I am the icon. Okay.
Make Horror Nights great again.
That's gonna be on the shirt.
Make HHN great again. Yes.
It's gonna be huge.
We're gonna build these facades. We're gonna build these huge, beautiful facades.
We're gonna build a wall and
no more 3D houses.
But that actually brings up a good point. In like the 3D was it 3D mazes? I think John has stated that he's taking a break from 3D mazes. He just said because someone asked him, because John just had a Twitter like Q&A, and someone asked him like, are one of the mazes for this year 3D? Now, obviously, he's not going to say for sure, but he said he wants to take a break from 3D mazes, which I can see like being good, because I mean, simply for the fact that they're a lot more difficult to kind of plan around, because you have to make sure the 3D effects are working correctly. So I don't think we'll see, at least for Hollywood anyway, another 3D maze for this year.
Well, good riddance. I would be happy if Orlando went that route as well. I could do a year without that tunnel.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind, to be honest, not having a 3D house. It definitely has, lowered my expectations a little bit from last year.
Yeah, it doesn't really add or retract anything. So
no, I enjoyed Alice in Wonderland last.
Oh yeah, that was
2 years ago.
Was a good one.
That was cool.
That one was cool. I am in the minority here, but I liked Penn and Teller.
I like Penn and Teller. Yeah.
I enjoyed it. What was the one in 24? Death Vengeance?
Oh, Bobby Blade or whatever.
Yeah, Death Vengeance. Yeah.
That one was actually really cool.
Afterlife.
I love the idea. I would love to see like a 50s, 60s timed house.
Ooh, Vamp 55.
Vamp 55 house.
Vamp 56. House.
Vamp 69. Bill and Ted's Revenge.
Oh, hey, by the way, there's a rumor going around that Bill and Ted is going to come back this year. Did you guys hear about that?
In Hollywood?
What?
No, in Orlando.
Yeah, it's never coming back to Hollywood.
Wait, what do you mean, John?
I'm just joking around.
Oh.
No.
You know.
Yeah, it's actually something about Hollywood, actually. Though.
With yeah, I don't think.
Whole thing
I don't
happened.
Think we'll get Bill and Ted back at Hollywood, which is a shame because it's as much as I didn't really like that show, it still was hell of a lot better than what we have now, which is flipping
Jabberwockies.
I'm gonna be pretty sad but happy for you guys if you got Academy of Villains.
You know what we need at Hollywood? We need more like Horror Nights type shows. Like, I mean, that Flipping Jack show was fantastic. The Carnival of Carnage came out,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and it was amazing. I must have watched that video like from Inside the Magic like over 100 times. Like, it's such a good show.
Yes.
And the fact is, Horror Nights. Oh, I will bring this up really quick though. Something I noticed from last year at Hollywood, we didn't have any of those, the stupid like Scream squads walking around, like the ones that do those like stupid dances.
Squad.
Like yeah.
Squad.
Yeah. Shots fired. But
Again.
But no, we didn't have any of those last year, which is great. But what we could do with it is, and I think some of the money, which is good, I think some of the money went to other projects, but we need more like horror type shows at Hollywood. Because Jabberwockies isn't horror related. I know John has already said that it has nothing to do with him. It's part of the park's planning. But the fact is, it's just so out there. I mean, it just doesn't relate to Horror Nights. If you're going to have that, have it during the day. Don't do it during Horror Nights. But if they did a Halloween type show, I would definitely make the time to actually go and attend it, because usually I just go skip the show, let that go for the tourists, and I hit all the mazes within like 45 minutes. But it's sad because I mean, we've seen potential for Horror Nights type shows with Carnival Carnage at Orlando, but the fact is, which by the way, what the fuck was? Sorry, what was with that show last year in Orlando? I tried watching it. I thought it would be something similar to like Carnival Carnage, and it was just a dance show. Like, what was going on with that?
That's what everybody thought it was going to be. I mean, I knew going in it was a dance show, and I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be really, really dumb, and I was like,
yeah, that's because I started thinking of Jabberwockies. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
This is going to suck. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
it turned out to be amazing. Like, the choreography and the dancing was great.
Wait, guys. Donald Trump is speaking at the CIA headquarters. We have to listen in. I'm just kidding. But he is.
We'll go. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wall.
Bye.
Ready to go bye-bye.
I don't know. Like, maybe I was what it just wasn't. Like
Believe me.
Now I'm picturing James as president.
Wait, what?
No, but yeah,
Back on target. Back on target.
Yeah.
HHN. Yeah.
My first thoughts for Academy was villains. I was kind of expecting like, oh, a dance show. This isn't gonna be that cool, but it was a lot of fun watching. The music was great. The choreography was great. The whole thing with the shadows was really cool.
Yeah.
The pyrotechnics were awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's just
yeah. I mean, I could see if some people like aren't. Is that a microwave?
Sorry. Yeah. Microwave house. Get radiated to death.
Get ready for things to heat up.
Get ready to get nuked. Sorry, that was too far.
but I guess
Can't remember.
another
Wait, what?
another IP, which would be pretty interesting, would be Stranger Things.
Stranger
Yes.
Things would be really cool to see.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Was it the Demogorgon?
Yeah.
Dude, Keegan, we can meet the cast again. They're so nice.
Yeah, they're ridiculously nice.
Dude, I mean, I can see the Stranger Things has amazed like the houses and the pool, the upside down, or what was it called?
The bar.
Yeah, the upside.
The upside down.
The upside down, the
Barb.
the house with the mother's house with the lights and everything, and
The facility.
yeah, the school, the facility. I can see it.
I could see the transition from the real, like, say, our world to the upside down.
Oh, that'd be
through the
cool.
wall
Yeah.
of the mother's house. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome walking in and hearing "Should I stay or should I go?"
Oh yes,
Yeah.
such a good song.
Yeah, I could see Stranger Things as a possibility for a later year. I don't think it would be it this year, though. Frankly, it'd be a nice surprise if it was.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to say, the one thing I would love to see, and I know they'll never do it because they did it once, and to mixed reactions, I'd love to see the return of Resident Evil. It's got so much potential as a maze. The new game's coming out in just a few days, actually, and the setting just lends itself to being a maze. But the thing is, it didn't do as well. Was that right? Like, it didn't do as well.
No, not here.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
It broke my heart.
It wasn't.
Hi,
My
I'm
cup-
Alice. This is the 7th time I tell you my story. Jeez.
It was very open. That was it.
It seemed like that.
Yeah.
I like tight houses.
Yeah.
Like,
Too tight.
shut up, Keegan. I'm talking about mansions.
I thought you were making a joke.
No, I don't joke.
But the thing
I'm
is,
very-
it's really cool
I'm very
because
serious.
right now in London is doing like a mini maze for Resident Evil 7. And it apparently is quite scary.
Ah, Resident Evil 7 VR house.
Yeah, oh my god.
That would be terrifying.
Yes.
I'd love to see the Bakers kind of come to life and like what is it? I think his name is Jack. Yeah, Jack Baker, the father chasing you with his like sledgehammer and stuff like that. And then the freaking molded would be amazing to see kind of brought to life. But the sad thing is, I think both parks are kind of giving up on video game mazes, which is a shame because there's quite a few you could do.
Yeah.
Silent Hill, on our side at least, I can't say for Orlando, but like ours was actually really fun. I enjoyed it, and I think the reason they don't do any more kind of video game ones, I think John, and I could be completely wrong, but John I think said that no one really gets them. They don't understand what's going on, which I think is complete bullcrap because simply I've gone through so many music mazes and not known what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
Alice Cooper, I never listened to Alice Cooper. I mean, he's got good music, but I don't even know what's going on half the time. Then you got people behind me going like, oh, that's from that album and that's from that album. I'm like thinking, what the hell is going on?
Murdy even said that like he took like the most obscure lines from his music And that's what he translated that into the maze. It's like, catch the details. You're not gonna know what the heck it is, you know.
This is why I don't really like music mazes, and I know this is just my personal opinion, but I just, apart from Black Sabbath, which I kind of knew a few of the songs, like I just don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's a little overrated.
But I just don't see them working really well as mazes. Black Sabbath was fun. Don't get me wrong, but I think video games are kind of unused.
Yeah,
as maze concepts.
I would.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential. But the one thing I would love to see is and this goes for Orlando as well, is the kind of return of the urban legends.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Like La Llorona, for both sides of the park, was fantastic. El Kukui was a little bit disappointing, but I mean, there's so much potential you could do with urban legends. It's great. But I mean, that remains to be seen.
El Kukui, featuring Danny Trejo.
I'm surprised you guys didn't get that.
Yeah, that would be awesome to get some more urban legend stuff.
Slender Man.
I honestly would not mind seeing that Slender Man.
That would be interesting to see how that would turn out.
Now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Not the ABC kind of special TV movie that they're doing, but they're actually doing a big cinematic Slender Man.
Yeah. Barrel Bob said in chat, did someone mention video game houses? Time for my obligatory BioShock.
Yeah. Oh, this is why I love you, Bob. You're always you get out of my head. Pedro, yeah, Dead Space. I would love to see Dead Space, and I loved the look and design of Interstellar Terror. This is the sucky thing is because I know a lot about the Orlando mazes, but I've never been in. But it looked amazing. Interstellar Terror could totally work, and I know it was kind of taken off by Event Horizon and inspired by Dead Space, but I would love to see a Dead Space movie, but also a maze.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be awesome. Maybe.
I think they're just underused. At the end of the day, like video games, I think they could work as mazes. They have worked as mazes, but I think the parks are a little bit wary on doing something like that again.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since it costs quite a bit to get that property.
Yeah.
Japan's fine. They're just like, can we have it? Yeah, sure.
Get it year round.
Flipping Resident Evil though, did you see their Resident Evil stuff?
Yeah, it's pretty cool
for Japan. They had their costume for Nemesis was amazing. They even had a tyrant, like they had the characters from the games. It looked amazing. I mean, granted, it was a scare zone, but it was just really well done. So I mean, they have potential. That I'll just say my piece on that. They have potential to be mazes. I just think they need the proper time and effort to be put into them.
Our Nemesis was terrible.
Oh, it was. I looked at the picture.
So bad.
It was.
Like
a Halloween mask.
I barely remember any of that house, to be honest.
That's okay.
Honestly, I remember maybe only seeing 4 actors, and it felt so like open. It was weird. I don't know. It's just something else.
Until Dawn would be pretty cool, actually.
Oh my god, Until Dawn would be.
Until Dawn,
would be pretty cool.
Outlast.
Dead by Daylight.
Michael Myers again.
Seriously, I play that game so much, and I keep thinking, I'm like, I would love to see the Trapper and the nurse being in a maze. Michael's already had his maze; he doesn't count. What would you guys think to like a return of a Halloween maze in some form? That I mean, I think me and John we talked about this that they could do like an original maze based on Michael. But
that'd be pretty cool.
Like an original storyline.
Would they be allowed to do that though?
Well, if they got
it's up to Malika Akkad, I guess.
So yeah.
I don't know if they would give them that freedom though, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
To be like, no, you have to tie it into the new film that's coming out.
Yeah. Something like that. I don't know if they would give them complete control over an original take on him, but I don't know.
I would be interested to see how they would do Season of the Witch.
You what?
Season of the Witch.
The movie is that the Nicolas Cage?
Halloween 3, yeah.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Trick or
sorry.
treat.
Yeah, that'd be. Yeah, but how would they work that though? I mean, the math's granted, but I mean.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, barrel. Halloween 3, my maze, my time has come.
No, just have the Silver Shamrock commercial blasting throughout the freaking maze.
Oh yeah.
And they have the trick or treaters come out. Trick or treat. And they have like several the robots. And
can we just
the snakes and stuff, dude?
Pedro just posted after Halloween 2. I'd say do a versus house, Michael versus Jason versus Freddy versus
versus everybody. Let's do it.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? He has a point. I know we've talked about this a couple times, but with icons, but do versus mazes. I mean,
yeah.
Again, obviously that is getting the rights to the character, but that would be fun to kind of mess around with that universe. Oh, it's good thought, Pedro. Thank you.
Honestly, dude, just seeing all the horror, all the slashers in one maze, or even a film, a movie, that would be incredible.
Oh, it just comes to mind. You know what maze would actually be really cool, and it's kind of circulating a little bit with the speculation. Would be Hellraiser.
That'd be cool.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Hellraiser.
I've heard kind of whispers that people are speculating.
Whispers.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
That Hellraiser should come back at some point. Because I think they had a pseudo type maze back in the day, but they didn't. I know they did one for Hollywood with Clive Barker, but I don't recall if that was before Murdy's time though. But I would love to see
back in my day.
Yes, I'd love to see a Hellraiser maze be done.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Bob has a point. New Line doesn't own Jason anymore. He went back to Paramount.
And Freddy belongs to Paramount, right?
No, New Line still.
Why is New Line?
Because that's the concept. Freddy is the house that New Line. Well, New Line is the house that Freddy built. Essentially, is the same.
Oh.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, Titan of Terror style. I'm wearing that shirt actually. I love that shirt. It's got all 4 of them on, and I would love to see that done as a maze. Just call it Titans of Terror. That'd be cool.
Heck yeah.
Oh my god, I would literally just die of happiness.
Maybe Six Flags can give Universal the rights to a Suicide Squad maze. Jack and Chance versus Joker and Harley.
Yes.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I know we've talked that about in the past with doing an icon versus event where it's like Jack versus Eddie or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be interesting.
That would be cool. I guess that's really it, or is there something else that you guys want to address, or any comments or questions that have come in, or?
I will mention this really quick before we go into questions. I did like the idea of John doing a park-wide scare zone. I know it was a bit I was a bit eerie on it, when it first got announced, but the purge everywhere was fantastic. It was awesome.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see in Orlando and drop the whole roaming horde thing and just have one giant scare zone.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I think it would work better for you guys since you have a little bit less room to work with.
Yeah.
I mean, all of our scare zones last year were original, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I enjoyed that a lot more.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like the purge, but it just, I don't know. I like the original.
I'm not saying bring it back, but I like the idea of a park-wide scare zone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Isn't there another Purge film supposed to come out this year?
It's a prequel, I think.
Prequel?
Huh?
They're doing a prequel film. And they're doing a TV show, I believe, as well.
Ugh.
The fuck?
Purge the Purge already.
Pedro said, "Do you think the Purge would return to Orlando? All 3 films."
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
Purge was only there to take over from Scream. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I really hope Scrape shows up at one point.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. The original of the TV show. I can care less about the TV show.
I'm quite happy to see Scream come as maze.
And in the near future, I don't see the Purge coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
saying that though, we might get it back in Hollywood because John's good friends with James Bloom from Bloomhouse Productions. So
yeah, I'm thinking more along the lines of gun violence and stuff here locally and stuff like that.
By the way,
I think that's the reason why the supposed Purge scare zone that was supposed to show up this year or last year was scrapped, right?
Yeah,
from what I understand.
From what I understand, I think that's what happened.
I don't know. I liked how it was in 24. I thought that was cool. But other than that, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to see it be anything else than a scare zone.
I mean, Purge 3 had cool characters.
Yeah, they were pretty cool seeing.
So it would be cool to see them in the streets.
Yeah, seeing in the streets would be, yeah.
Me personally, I would enjoy
the neon mask and stuff.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Mask. Yeah.
I would love for it to come back, but I don't know.
Really
if it's not a house, then I'd love to see it.
The Gauntlet of Fear mini maze, the outside maze they made was really fun. That was fun. So should we go into questions from the audience?
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
If you guys have any questions or
comments, whatever.
But yeah, I mean, what's the meaning of life, Jeremy? Life is you. I just blew your mind right there.
It's all a game. We're in the Matrix.
Crap.
The Matrix is a maze.
Keanu Reeves.
Wow. But what's my will to live? The will to live is to do a podcast and shut up.
Do you guys think we could get another VR house in Orlando?
Oh,
actually, yeah.
Make VR great again.
I didn't go to the repository last year.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, I wasn't that interested. Plus, the $50 fee was kind of
a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
We got our first question. How would Pedro asks, how would your lineup for HHM be? I guess we'll start with John.
I mean, as far as going back to what I said earlier about the icon that ILO came up with, Nathaniel Crow or their team, whatever, or in the design. I would really like to see a pure Halloween event, and it's just overarching, and everything that all the attractions connect to the roots of Halloween. It could be IPs like Halloween's a Perfect Fit. It could be Trick or Treat, and then original stuff, and then have Nathaniel Crow. I just would really like to see that, and The Usher too. Another movie themed year like 2009. I really want to see that again.
Yeah.
Just different horror films and whatnot, modern and old. Maybe a few that we can revisit in like a Silver Screams type of house.
Yeah.
And like the scare zones too, like have them be based on maybe a series or have zones in, like kind of like in 2015 with the what's that scare zone called? The
All Night Dying.
All Night Dying. Even in 2009, the Hollywood Drive-In, Die-In, whatever it was called.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty cool. Like just a mix of characters.
Yeah.
Just all movie themed, and that
No
would be just
original
amazing.
houses?
Well, I guess like we could, as far as that, maybe they can do like some original concepts, but have it related to a movie, like something like that, you know?
Yeah.
The director, have him in there, you know? I don't know. I just would like to see those two type of overarching themes at the event.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like singular IPs, I would really like to see, of course, Phantom. But apart from that, the Amityville Horror.
Yes.
What is it called? Can't think of anything else right now. But the Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Ooh.
I think that would be a really cool maze.
I would love that.
It has the environments and everything. It's great.
He was in. They had a statue of him last year.
Where?
In front of what's that restaurant called?
Monsters Cafe.
No, that statue's always there. They put him in the fountain. The restaurant's called La Bamba. It's right before.
It's
right before
Academy of Villains. Right before you walk down where E.T. is and all that.
But hold on, isn't it always there, that statue?
No, they. It's normally. No, they place them there.
Oh, they do. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. That was the first time that I saw him there. At least I don't know.
Speaking of La Bamba, that's a great restaurant.
Dude, I've never been in there. Is it good?
It's like sometimes it's open, sometimes it's not, but it's really good.
Yeah, I went in there because of the tour thing, and that food was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But that's for me. What do you guys think about that question?
Fairly similar to yours, John. I would love to see Phantom done as amazing. I'm talking kind of the layout with Hollywood because that's what I'm more akin to. But I would love to see Alien as a maze. The Thing, definitely the original 1982 film. Trick or Treat would definitely be one of mine. Mainly a lot of kind of supernatural creature type lineup in terms of a maze. I would love to see. But especially Phantom, I would love to see that. Yeah. So that's basically what my lineup would be for basically supernatural themed and creature themed.
Mm-hmm. Actually, you know what? Another idea that I've talked about it before with, and Vic kind of shares that idea as well, is maze based on that classic alien invasion type of thing idea.
Yeah,
like in the farms, the crop circles, something maybe with Area 51, like the invasion of a town, like Roswell, whatever, something like that. That would be pretty cool.
That'd be a cool theme if like maybe some entity from outer space comes down and the government or what's Legendary Truth, like that team, takes over Universal and says,
and there's like a war.
Yeah, between supernatural and extraterrestrial beings and Legendary Truth and like military people, and that's like the scare zones and stuff.
Keegan, bringing the government into this. Shake my head.
That's not what I mean. Then Trump wouldn't be at Horror Nights. Be pretty funny.
What do you think, Jeremy? What would be your
my dream, or like what I think this year is going to be like?
Basically, just your dream lineup. What it would be?
My dream lineup. Oh, you would like to? No, I'm just kidding. I really so many of you guys know this, but I've only been going to the event since 2012. So, yeah. But I would really like to see Usher as an icon. I think the videos that I watched and stuff like that of those years. This looks really cool, and I would like to see a rip from the Silver Scream's house. That would be really cool. Definitely The Conjuring. We talked about that in the podcast. Like the Nun and the creepy music. That would definitely be something that I would like to see. Stranger Things. That would be a great house. Maybe even a scare zone. No.
The kids are on their bikes.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
God, so something in the wood.
It's the vans driving.
Dude,
around.
no. The whole scare zone is just them playing the game in the middle of the whole thing.
There's just a bunch of
Go again, go!
Dude, yeah. What else? I don't even know. I mean, recently they've brought things that I've always wanted, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Michael Myers, like Exorcist. They've really kind of, those are houses that I really wanted, and they brought them. So, American Horror Story, we all wanted that, and they finally brought it. So, I think, yeah, I don't know what else. Trick or Treat, yeah, that's definitely something that I want to see. Scooby Doo, I actually would really enjoy seeing that.
Scooby Doo. Where are you?
No. Scream, that's definitely
Yes.
something that I want to see done and done right, not the TV.
Not purged.
Scream got purged.
With all due respect, they actually did a really good job transforming that into the Purge.
Yeah,
with
the time that they had.
Yeah, that was really well done. Yeah, I don't know. I want to see another Carnival Carnage. That's for sure.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
That
I liked
scare zone in Central Park, right?
Oh yeah.
That was so cool.
Yeah, I mean, I liked Academy of Villains, and I mean, honestly, if this were up to me, I would replace Bill and Ted with Academy of Villains, and then have Returns.
I'd be okay with it.
I'm not. I could live without Bill and Ted. That's
me too. I don't really care for it.
That would be awesome to give that Academy of Villains that space.
Yeah, be able to sit down and enjoy the show.
Could you imagine a large scale show of that? Oh my god, that'd be awesome.
That would be really cool. I mean, they could kind of morph the two together, really. Not make it Bill and Ted, but make it Academy of Villains and have their own take on parodies of the recent events and whatever pop culture. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me, I think.
Keegan?
What Barrel Bob said was a pretty cool idea to see a Signs house. But
it's Signs. Barrel asked as well, like, what are the chances of an Annabelle 2 house this year? I think that's unlikely.
Yeah, I don't think that. But basically,
I think I'm the only one in here that actually enjoyed that movie.
Annabelle?
Yeah.
Serious?
I always get crapped on for liking that movie.
My dream year would be the
I didn't like it.
I thought it was pretty scary. Like that, I don't know. They're in like the elevator and they go down, and I don't know. I thought it was good.
But
you're talking about one scene in the whole film where they're doing
But yeah, my dream lineup would be to see Stranger Things, The Conjuring, pretty much, everything. Everyone's pretty said all of them, almost. But yeah, Stranger Things, Conjuring, Alien. I would love to see, I don't recall them ever doing it, but like a Dream Warriors, Nightmare on Elm Street house. Just that movie has like all my favorite like kills and stuff in that. And I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah, Trick or Treat. And then just some more original stuff I think would be cool. And the theme would pretty much be the theme I said earlier. I think that I love that idea of just having something like come down, like the Universal is like the central of some big like alien invasion. I think that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that would go along with like the houses, I think.
That would be cool.
And maybe, like, I don't know, maybe entity. I don't know. It could be like Fear coming down. Maybe it's a prequel to 2010. I don't know. I'm just grasping.
Look at me.
Moving on to something more realistic. Volcano Bay hosting HHN. Barrel Bob says.
Jaws.
Okay, honestly,
Piranha.
that would be terrifying. Like you going down the slide and then like a scare actor like grabbing you.
Oh, God.
Dude, no.
Get ready to go bye-bye.
Does anyone else have any questions before we finish up?
They make all the water red.
Dude,
Dude, just have Jaws in there, dude. Oh my gosh.
that'd be honestly.
I would die. I would
Piranha.
faint, dude. I would faint. Piranha 3D IP. That's
they
an
have-
IP that they should bring.
They have a mannequin strapped down to one of those filters at the bottom of the pool.
Oh my
No,
god.
they just have They just have like scare actors with like with sticks and they have piranhas stuck onto them and they just go flying around like
They throw them at people.
And then once they like somehow like dress up like they blend in a way that people don't see them too well, and then they just pop out the stick from the water and people go, oh, piranha.
They actually bite people. It's just people biting people.
Oh my god. And the volcano actually has real lava.
Run to death.
We're gonna put you guys into some real scary stuff.
Real scary.
Yeah, Pedro, that'd be a very cool storyline to do. Like the lantern actually shadows and the icons get released. So it'd be like basically be Sweet 16 just with all the icons kind of released into the.
And sort of explain how Jack got out too.
Yeah,
that was never addressed.
I think at that point they're kind of retconning everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know why Eddie and why Chance then gets sucked into the lantern.
Yeah.
I'm guessing like everyone else but them are ghosts, and that's why.
No, because Chance.
I mean, Jack is a ghost.
Other things.
Yeah, they're all like.
Jack's a ghost.
Yeah, they're all dead, aren't they? But they're like.
Yeah, Jack's basically he died. I think it was in the 60s, No, it was the 60s, I think, because the BBC TV crew, found his corpse in the Jack box.
Bob said a Camp Crystal Lake swim zone.
Featuring Jason.
Camp Crystal Lake swim zone.
That'd actually be kind of cool.
But Jason just stares at you.
Jason, dude.
Now I really want.
Yeah.
Bay.
Now it sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, like joke aside, that's a really good idea.
Pedro also put up a good point. Well, Eddie, I think, is supposed to be in hiding. Eddie, I don't think is dead, if I remember correctly.
No, yeah, he's alive.
And yet, both Jack and Eddie, I don't know if it was just more of a cameo, but they were in the 1988 Shady Brook one from last year. From 2 years ago, sorry. So, I mean, what is Eddie exactly? I mean, he's both of them are definitely immortal at this point because that was 1888.
Yeah.
Eddie's
Body collectors again.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Body collectors again.
I want. Yes, that was like my
Nine
favorite
gills.
house ever.
Nightingales.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
That'd be
versus Nightingales. That'd be.
God.
I want another war-themed house.
That would be cool.
I just remember John being so scared.
What?
And Jack presents.
Dude, that mess was the Nightingale area part, dude. Oh my god, I got pinball in there, dude. It was bad. It was really bad. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess if anyone else has any more questions, we'll wrap things up.
Just bringing out all this interesting info.
That.
I do lore videos on my channel, but he's definitely got some points there on those.
That'd be cool to see if maybe it was a trilogy, and 2017 was Eddie's year, and he takes over the asylum, breaks Chance out.
Yeah, I could see that.
No.
All right.
I think that's it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Until next time, I think we'll do this monthly.
Yeah.
Mhm. So we'll be back in February.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Valentine's.
Oh, and Bloody Valentine.
Garbage day. Oh,
Garbage day.
Garbage day.
All right. See you guys.
All right.
have a great night,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.